Hi everyone, welcome back to True Alchemy. So today we're going to find out how does a person of your interest view you. This is going to be related to that poll I had a few days ago about what do they understand about you. So this is going to be more about a specific person that knows you rather than an acquaintance. So we have three paths from left to right. The first one is Rainbow Moonstone. The second one is Selenite. And the third one is Rose Quartz. Pause if you need a little longer. Pick the one which calls your name the most, and I'm gonna begin with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this rainbow moonstone along with the card of stars in the sky, limitless possibility, this is gonna be your reading. So let's begin by getting out your spread. We have a lot of cards. Let's start out by mapping out the tarot cards. So we have the Hermit, Seven of Wands, the Moon, Three of Pentacles, the Moon in reverse, Seven of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Eight of Swords in reverse, Hierophant in reverse, Eight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Six of Wands in reverse, and Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I think these are the angel healing cards, I'm not sure. Compassion, healing in reverse, and mindfulness. We have, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. I choose to learn through love in reverse. Happiness is my birthright in reverse. We have orphaned, time for a nap, serendipity in reverse, wow, I'm confused. Did you guys see that? That's like a rose petal on the candle that started burning. It's kind of interesting that that just happened. There's a lot in your pile that's already happening because I'm so confused with your energies and like there's heavy energy over here. I pretty much see it as very symbolic of, how your person or whoever you're inquiring about perceives you. So we have sacrifice. I'm honestly so confused how to place this. We have sacrifice, heart chakra in reverse, recognition and reward in reverse, stand your ground, conflict and defeat. Alright, Spirit is saying that we can possibly begin with the interpretation and then unfold more cards, so there's like space. Yeah, okay, that works. So which one should I open? We're gonna take Aurora of Gamma. I'm just gonna put it anywhere I see place. Alright, so we're gonna place these here. It's a dualistic reading. I'm trying to keep it realistic, and specifically when it depends upon a person that you actually know of and that knows you. This is also going to be inclusive of what shadow attributes your person has picked up on you. And significantly, I see that your person doesn't see you as someone they want to criticize upon because of your own shadow aspects. One of the things your person finds difficult to get through, which I would categorize in the shadow attribute, is your defensiveness, which again is it's a natural way of self-expression, and it's a survival instinct, right? So I don't really see it as your person, disliking it in a way, but I see that your person has a mental grasp upon the fact that you protect yourself, because we have heart chakra in reverse and recognition and reward in reverse with sacrifice, conflict and defeat. Somewhere your person feels like in your life you were boycotted or scapegoated, or there was just an instance in your life where it could be recurrent as well, but it was somewhere where Spirit is saying take it with a grain of salt, okay, because this is a generic reading. Everything might not resonate, so take whatever resonates and leave the rest. Okay, I see that your person sees you as someone who has seen the darker aspect of life more than the lighter aspect of life, and whereas it might sound to you that, oh, it's not starting off at a good point, it's almost like your person appreciates the fact that you have that sort of strength to actually get through these things, right? Because it's not like I don't get an energy that you are not wealthy, but it's like you weren't provided with that silver spoon in life and everything, right? You weren't as protected even as a child, and so you have this rawness to you, which is a very um like a primal rawness. You know how when we have it in the hunter and gatherer kind of an analogy, where it's like if you're a man or a woman, it doesn't differentiate, but it's almost like you have a very earthy energy to you. We have a lot of pentacle energy over here as well, and for some reason I see that your person thinks that you're quite introspective, even if you don't think that's their perspective. Okay, they think that you have a good capability in you. You have sort of used the tools that you have been made available with the universe to actually make the best of it. You have an efficiency to you which is quite rare, and that's what they see as raw, because it's your attitude. It's like life hasn't given you the best cards to deal with, and you still have made a lot of yourself. Like this person sees that again with the Seven of Wands and the King of Pentacles. You defend yourself because you worked so very hard to come to this place of stability, which in my perspective I see as your person seeing that it's beyond a lot of people that they've met in their life. So there's sort of an admiration, and I don't see this person I don't see them purposely putting you on a pedestal, but they tend to do that because they haven't seen someone endure so much and then yet again be um, so established, like it's almost like you didn't let life just dictate however it wants to. It's almost like you didn't just like let life happen to you, right? And there's a melancholy to you, there's a pain to you, there's pain in your eyes, but I just don't see this person sort of sympathizing with you. It's almost like admiration, like, wow, you inspire me to do better in my life, because I see how much you've been through, and it almost provokes me, or encourages me to do better in those areas of my life where I feel like I've been victimized, right? This card says, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Time for nap and serendipity in reverse. It's almost like with serendipity in reverse, it's like, that you have to work for it. Things in life aren't handed over to you, even if you are born with a silver spoon. It's almost giving me a very cinematic interpretation of your reading, which is like, it's not about wealth for you. It's a lot about your own mental, emotional and spiritual peace that you regard a lot. You might be someone who remains in your own solitude. I see that with the aurora of gamma. It's almost like you will let go of whatever does not serve you, and you will do it with grace. You will do it with honoring yourself, right? There's an energy of just respecting yourself no matter what happens in life. It's almost like a self-reliant energy, which is rare to find, right? Your person has tried to find faults in you, I would say, to an extent. Like, they have tried to sort of look beyond the veil, and honestly, when they look beyond, it's almost like looking for your skeletons in the closet, right? And what they have found is this energy, which is pretty sad for them, right? They don't like seeing you like that. I feel emotional when I'm tapping into this energy where your person sort of feels really protective about you. It's almost like, for them, they feel like a beast. I'm getting the beauty and the beast kind of an energy where you're the beauty, gender non-specific. I see that sometimes they think that you have had to deal with a lot on your own, and to some extent they feel like they wish they were able to help you through these challenges, and they want to, but this person also understands that you don't need them to baby you in a way. Happiness is my birthright, but I choose to learn through love in reverse. With 7 of Wands, stand your ground and often. This is a heavy energy that's coming over here, which is not taking away from it, but your person is seeing that it wasn't just handed over to you. Maybe when this person met you, they tried to sort of paint a picture in their head where it's like, oh, you're privileged because like you're doing really good. But the more this person got to know you, the more this person understood that you are lonely to an extent, right? And you might not like to hear this, but your person sees that you are lonely, and they see it to an extent that you have a really pure heart, and you do whatever it takes to protect yourself, right? So I see a lot of traits over here which are minute. Okay, I see that maybe a person thinks that you're interested in astrology. There's something about your creativity which is very fascinating to this person. There's a lot about building over here with blocks and blocks. So it's almost like they see you with the 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, that you have waited for things to come into fruition. You're patient. And you wait for positive outcome. It's almost giving like life is what you make of it. Like, I have to keep going. And with the card that you chose over here, 51 reduces to 6. It's a lot about balance. You try to balance yourself with the best of your abilities, and you can look at the picturesque over here. It's sort of a star body over here. It's looking like it's channeling energy from the higher realms, and your person sees you're someone quite intuitive with the mindfulness and compassion. They see that I see that the healing in reverse is very significant, because this person feels like you still haven't healed from the ways that you were brought up. I specifically see that because you were raised in a very defensive childhood atmosphere, where your person realizes this, or they just sense it in your energy, where they know that you protect yourself because you haven't had the best of circumstances. It's only natural for you to protect yourself, right? It's that primal instinct that I'm talking about. I get a masculine energy from you, gender non-specific, but it just gives me that your person thinks that to be with a person like you, or to interact or get closer to you, it's a lot of patience, because it's not about the fact that you're not worth the patience and the effort into it. Your person wants to put in the effort. Okay, I see that they are enthusiastic about getting to know you because they find you very intriguing. It's almost like an onion. You have to go on peeling the layers to understand. They're pretty enthusiastic about you. You know, my energy is pretty tapped into you. I see that your person understands you to an extent that you might not comprehend. They do understand you quite a lot, and despite of the struggles that you both have faced, this person holds a special place in their heart for you. I definitely see that. I don't see that, you know, your person sees you as someone who particularly leads life with overwhelming emotions, but they definitely see you as someone with a lot of depth. So they see that you have worked hard on balancing out. There's not a lot of cup energy. That's why I sort of presume that this person does not think that you lead life with emotions, even though you have a lot of emotions. Your person has seen that side of you. With the moon in reverse and the eight of swords in reverse, they see you as someone who is able to untangle themselves from difficult situations, again with, you know, the lingering energy of the past and aurora of gamma, which gives me that, you know, people have not respected you, people have pushed over your boundaries, people have tested you, life has tested you moreover, and simply they just don't see you as someone who's victimized to the situation. Somewhere they feel like you don't understand your potential, because there are certain places, you know, they see that you can heal yourself or you get stuck, but you know, that is a process, right? So I don't see a person purposely trying to poke the bear and be like, you know, you can do this better, but they definitely do have certain opinions of themselves, and I see this coming from your person's end as a projection, because your person puts limitations on themselves. Okay, but overall I think that they think that you are pretty compassionate, you know. They think that uh, you're a survivor. Okay, everybody is a survivor, but they see certain abilities in you which they haven't seen in other people. I see that over here with the seven of pentacles, six of swords, the hierophant reverse. Something about your parental figure or your upbringing is really prominent over here that your person recognizes, and they see that with three of pentacles in reverse and nine of pentacles in reverse. I would say that one of the things they find difficult to do with you is to walk with you in a way, okay, in a commitment, because you tend to shut yourself down pretty quickly. Like you are you're scared to be vulnerable. Okay, they see that you're scared of intimacy. You don't allow this person in your sphere as much as they'd like to be around, and that bothers them. Okay, whereas I see that they are enthusiastic, they want to put in the work, but it's almost like it takes two to tango, right? Sometimes your person thinks it's difficult to get into your inner circle because you are so prone to being alone now that it's difficult fairly, you know. And this might not be true to the extent that we think, but it is definitely prevalent where your person thinks that you are closed off, and it could be because, you know, you still have certain areas to heal within yourself. The heart chakra is in reverse, and that's the only chakra that we have over here. Your person probably thinks, you know, that you have been through a lot of situations that were unfair to you, where you were trying to give your heart and, you know, receive love, but it was not with the right people. And they might not know to the extent of this, but that is what they would assume, considering why you're not opening to them, right? And this could also be your person, because if you're energetically linked, this is a barrier between the both of you. But since we're talking about you, what they're consciously aware of is that it's difficult to get into your inner circle. Some shape or form they face difficulty with sort of tackling that challenge in your relationship or your connection. With the six of swords, there's a child at the back of you know, an adult, and I see that this is a lot about climbing stairs. So they do see that, you know, you want to get through, and they also want to get through. They want to heal with you. I see this optimism in your person that is derived through you. They see a reflection of themselves in you, but it's also where they think that they need to first of all become more cooperative with themselves. So I see that your person's energy is bleeding into this. Their thoughts and feelings are, you know, pouring out over here, and when they get into a deep analysis of you know, how things should play out or why they're playing out the way they are, your person realizes that you are a reflection of them. So wherever they feel like you're not matching up to their levels, it's like they're not matching their own levels within. Like if there's emotional reciprocity lacking within them for themselves, they realize that you will also mirror it back to them. So I see this being quite a conscious relationship where you both understand how give and take in love and in just life works, right? But it's not to the detriment of self. So I see your person somewhere sees you a little bit greedy with your efforts, but again, I don't see it as somewhere where your person is criticizing you, like they are entitled to have their opinion of you, right, based on the experiences they have shared with you. But I see that over here that they definitely one thing that they face difficulty or they think often a lot about is how to get past your barriers, right? And they truly can't. You have to allow them. So I see a short-sightedness on both ends, but it seems to me for a valuable reason, until and unless you both heal this sort of heart wounding, which I see coming from mainly from your childhood. So it would take time, right? Let's open the other cards now. You have curiosity. Okay. Third chakra in reverse. Divine masculine. Grace. Interesting. The vessel in reverse. The destroyer in reverse. Agape. The lover. And the desert. Interesting. I said desert. So they definitely find you easy on the eyes. I said dessert. So definitely very delicious. Your energy is pretty tempting to this person. And the vessel, we have a naked body over here. Aurora of Gamma, beautiful hair. Your person finds you to be very easy on the eyes. Definitely that. I'm hearing that sort of is like a weakness where, even though you have such a tough exterior, it's like the femininity of your aesthetic really lures them in. So it's almost like worth it. Like I would go the extra mile for you. So I'm hearing that song, I'm a Sucker for You. So very cheesy energy, but it's more sensual. I don't see it sexualized per se, so your person understands quite a lot of things about how they feel towards you and what is their pull on the situation or towards you. They are aware of it. Firstly, what I see over here with the destroyer and grace, again, I spoke about you leading through life and shutting down situations that are not good for you, that do not provide you the equal reciprocity, right? And I don't see it in a premature manner. It's almost like you give chances to the other person to prove whether they're worth being around in your life, right? With the grace and the destroyer in reverse, I see that Spirit has clarified this card by Destroyer, and it gives me the energy. The Destroyer in reverse is a lot about negativity. So it's almost like even if when it comes to the other person or it comes to yourself, I see this being more about yourself, that when you have certain places, and see we have the healing subsequently right underneath it, and we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. It's quite a supreme combination that I see over here, because it's almost like really good, like it's packed with a lot of perseverance for me. It gives me the energy that you strive to do things better for yourself. You want to do better for yourself. I'm hearing real change come from inside. So you might be really enthusiastic about music. I'm getting hip hop or R&B, but nevertheless I see an energy of this being about when it's time to eradicate those negative patterns within you, you do it with grace, because you do not, everybody has self-depreciating thoughts, but to an extent you make peace with it, and that's why you're able to sort of sort of decrease the decimal point of it. Like you're able to really, really decrease the impact of those negative traits when once it comes to your consciousness. You put in the work and you take care of yourself. And I see that when you are doing something on yourself, when you're doing that shadow work, you make sure that you're putting your energy into it. So it's almost like you take that time for yourself and you make sure that you're being kind to yourself when you're dealing with sort of ugly emotions about yourself. So you would sort of take a time out from the rest of the world because you're diving into your spirituality. So they definitely see that. Your person also sees that with the third chakra in reverse, and the lovers, it's like you're too devoted to the other person rather than to yourself. So this martyr energy that stems from your childhood of giving up your own happiness still pre-exists in you because your person is conscious. I see this person being, to an extent, awakened to the spiritual concepts. Whether you realize this or not, I hear from spirit that this person is aware of it. Even if this person is not that woke, I would say, quote unquote, they can intuitively feel certain things about you which you both try to hide from the world, which is a lot about you still not feeling very confident about your own self, where you become too available or devoted to the other person. Because that is the reason why I see that your person thinks that you completely shut down your heart's sphere, because you're sort of scared that you're gonna give too much. You're very devoted, and I wouldn't change a thing about it, but that your person just thinks, why wouldn't you risk it all for yourself, right? When you want to risk it all for somebody else, why wouldn't you want to do that for yourself? Is almost what I see. That maybe some shape or form, I hear that spirit said that before, when you met this person, you were too prone to be clingy to this person, and this person used to wonder as to how is pile number one so catering, right? And they saw you struggling with something. Maybe you were in a depressive state or something. There's something personalized, you would be able to relate to it. Otherwise, just scrap that. But this is definitely another attribute that I see that is not so positive. Okay, it's not to criticize, but it's not so positive when it comes to how your person sees it. Of course, you're a human, and they see this in you and they only wish the best. So you might not believe that your person wants the best for you in some shape or form. Sometimes you doubt it because you both are such true reflections of each other. And there have been moments of power struggle between the both of you, but your person has seen that you have lacked that sort of confidence within yourself, but you're building on it. I don't see that as something that is just stopped at a point, right? Whereas when we come down to the card of divine masculine and the desert, oh my god, desert, I keep calling this desert, like it's something about your energy. I did pick up on a masculine energy, right? This person is so attracted to your ambition, the way you just want to go ahead and conquer things in your life. Your person is very attracted to that. They almost feel like there's something about you which is very persevering and yet surreal. With the time for nap, I see this a very aloof energy about you, which makes your person very curious as to what are you doing. With the curiosity card and the vessel, again, it's almost like you go back to your bubble. The vessel in the reverse can be somebody who's prone to being in their bubble. So sometimes they think that again, it's difficult to get into your inner sphere. It's difficult to just to know what goes on in your head. Like your person sees you as someone that's very loving, but they also see you as someone who is mysterious. This is something that pulls them in. It's alluring to them. It makes them curious because they've been able to figure out other people so easily that they're not able to do that with you per se. So there's a certain extent of silence to you. I'm also hearing silent treatments. So sometimes when you're deep into healing yourself, when you put yourself first, you're learning this. I see this as a transition from this energy of being extra devoted to another person, but it's also where it comes down to being that giving that devotion to yourself. So definitely I see a change taking place in this arena of, cards combination. But I see definitely over here with the divine masculine energy, there's a strength to you and there's a silence to you. It's almost like, um work hard in silence and let your success make the noise, kind of a thing. So I see this as being a lot about your person, just trying to understand what goes on with you, and almost maybe like you both have cycles and then you just disappear and then you come back and you're just greater than ever, and you're working on your self-esteem. Your person recognizes that you have worthiness issues, especially when it comes to unconditional love with the agape card. I see that they do understand that you have certain ways where you have projected out to them that you don't feel worthy. It's been pretty visible to this person because they see that within themselves, when so definitely like a strong mirroring energies I see over here. All right, so we have the card of Mosiak, Maximus reverse, Epoch, tangibility. So with the divine masculine in Mosiak, I see that it says let chance play its creative role in your life. It's almost like trust the process, you're making things happen, but you don't stress too much, or you try not to stress too much about how things are going to play out, because you focus on your own potential. You try to focus more upon what you can do in the moment. You trust the process, okay, period. Like you're just trying to do whatever the best of what you can do with the best of your own abilities. We have 17 and 18 over here, and then we have 15 over here as well. So we have 15 over here as well. So definitely your person sees themselves in you. Spirit is bringing my attention to this card, mindfulness. Be mindful of another's feelings and needs. Someone needs your love right now. A loving thought is all it takes. So they see that sometimes you can become self-sacrificing with the lovers, Maximus in reverse, but this is changing. I see that they see this is changing. Maximus says, how can you feed others when your own table is empty, right? That's what I said. Sometimes you used to be too devoted to the other person, and this person sees you putting yourself first because they realize that you have your own healing to do, which you're realizing that I gotta put myself first, right? So they see with the grace and the destroyer in reverse with the agape, naturally being here with aurora of gamma, you're putting your well-being first. You're trying to heal yourself in those areas where you felt sort of an emptiness. I see that maybe you didn't let this person know how much things used to hurt you, but this person saw it. I spoke about that, seeing that pain in your eyes previously, and this person can visibly pick up on it, honestly. So I see that with tangibility, make your dreams real. Number 32 reduces to 5. It's a lot about changes. When you go through changes, sort of like I'm getting like you go through tower moments and you pull back your energy from everything else now, and you just focus on yourself. You're very focused on yourself, and your person is honestly very astonished by this behavior, because they're like, wow, I didn't expect pile number 1 to completely have a 360 turn upon me. Your person knows your spiritual essence, but as a functioning person they don't know a lot about you, is what I'm picking up, because you both are involved in a spiritual connection where the first thing you actually encountered or acknowledged about each other is your darker aspect. So now when your person is seeing your strength coming online over here through the triggerings with each other, it's almost like giving them it makes them feel proud. Honestly, it makes them realize how resilient you are, and you are somebody that will navigate your way through difficulty without anybody's help. You will do that. They might have underestimated you before, okay, but I see this as somewhere where your person is appreciating you because they're loving themselves. So this compassion that is coming for themselves is also being reflected back to you, where your person is feeling unconditional love, and honestly they feel very proud of your achievements. So with the curiosity and the vessel in reverse, I would say that now you're trying to go out a little bit, you're trying to experience other energies or just your own essence. Pause in your journey is almost like you've stopped going in your cocoon too much. Like they're seeing that, this bubble, you're trying to open yourself up to more opportunities, and just basically try to expand yourself to the opportunities that the world or the universe has to offer, right? With this card, that is the only one in upright, mosaic, it's almost like you are trying to avail the opportunities that the universe is giving you, right? So pretty much sums it up. I see that, they have seen a transformation come alive within you. So what they have basically understood is that you're honestly very resilient, and this is almost giving like walking towards your divine plan. Your person sees you following your intuitive knowingness towards what needs to be done. And it brings me back to this card which says, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through lens of love. So you're trying to release these barriers of love. It's almost giving me that Rumi quote, like your work or your responsibility is not to seek love, but only to diminish the barriers that you have created around it, right? So pile number one, this was a beautiful reading. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number two. If you chose this Selenite, this is going to be your reading, along with the card of Perfect Storm, the courage to step into life. So we're going to begin off with the tarot. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, Page of Pentacles upright, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Wands, Three of Cups in reverse, Six of Pentacles upright, the Hermit, Knight of Cups in reverse, and High Priestess in reverse. Right, for the angel, I think angel healing cards, I don't remember. Trust, protection in reverse, creative potential, right. We have the Maiden, the King, Shapeshifter, the Poet, and Kairos. We have Balance, Tenderness in reverse, Duality, and Awareness in reverse. Alright, so we're gonna open the other in a bit. That's what I did with pile number one. Spirit wants us to unveil the cards slowly by slowly. So I see one of the things that are coming through how your person sees you is, I'm picking up on a few shadow attributes, so let's begin with that, okay? Take it with a grain of salt. If the message resonates, take it, otherwise do not. There are certain things that your person has picked up upon you. I see that you are somebody who faces difficulty in hearing criticism about your own self, whether it's healthy criticism. And I do not know the nature of your connection with this person, but there have been instances where you both have butt heads. And whereas this person sees a very creative person within you who can bring out a lot of ideas within themselves, when it comes to monetizing maybe their own creativity, or just expanding their own horizon, right? I see that your person definitely sees you as someone who is healing through a lot of things in their life with the perfect storm, the courage to step into life. Number 44 reduces to 8, again a very karmic number over here. There's something very specific about a third party. Maybe this person tried to juggle you, or maybe this person tried to take you really easy, and you put this person in their place. And I do not see this going into the shadow attribute, okay? I see this as somewhere where this person sees that you're not going to settle or take bullshit from them, right? This person sees that you will lose your temper. I see that you maybe have had really you've exchanged harsh words in this communication with this person multiple times, is what I'm seeing over here. And your person sees that you are quite decisive about this with the king and the kairos. The kairos is a card which talks about easy alignment, so it's almost like you know that you're not going to support any kind of behavior which is unjust to you with the king. So it's not that your person sees you as someone that's biased to your own, well-being or whatever supports you, but this person definitely sees you as someone who has a thunder to them, right? They see you as someone who is a little comfort ridden as well. Maybe your person has tried to introduce you to their friends, or get to know your friends or something. There is a sense of insecurity that your person picks up on your end when it comes to other people, and I don't see that your person is very aware of the spiritual concepts, whether you enable them to these insecurities, or whether you whether they provoke this tendency within you. It's almost, I get an energy where the both of you have this tendency to provoke each other into some sort of feeling, and I see that your person sometimes does not understand that they're doing this, and you're reacting that way, and they're almost poking a bear. Even though I see that spirit is saying that this is purposely happening in your connection, it takes away from this person thinking that you actually want to commit to them, because maybe in certain phases in this connection you have blocked off this person, you have left them, and it could be for rightful reasons. I don't know the history that you both share, okay? Again, that's why I said that take it with a grain of salt, take whatever resonates and leave the rest. I see that you have quit on the situation a couple of times, and this person also sees you a little bit flighty according to that, but that doesn't take away from the essence that you hold within yourself. You have a sense of stability to you that this person lacks, is what I see. Somewhere this person definitely sees you as non-committal to an extent. They see you as someone who does not think twice before quitting on a situation that they don't see is working out in their own favor. So I wouldn't say that that is a shadow attribute. There's some sort of self-protective measure where your person sees it as defenses, okay? What they have understood about you is that you're like a deer or a gazelle. You get really scared, you're very emotional, and I don't see this as somewhere where your person is critical about that nature, but it's also a little stereotypical on their end. I get a masculine energy from your person, but that could vary, okay? It's gender non-specific. I definitely see that your person sees this sort of harshness to you, but they also see this feminine demeanor to you. It's almost like they see you as someone who is on a path of healing, who's yet to heal these rough edges in their personality, right? You have been hot previously, and you are a little codependent, okay? And I'm afraid if that's a little hurtful to hear, because this reading is pretty blunt is what I'm getting from spirit. But yet again, I see that one of the things your person definitely denotes to your personality is that you get very defensive when it comes to a third party, of when you're feeling insecure. And I see that they think that sometimes you just lash out, and with the shapeshifter in reverse and the poet, it's like it's sort of a trance mode in you. Like you don't realize when you're lashing out another person, it really hurts you. This person sees that insecurity really overpowers you, and you really don't see anything else. That's the duality of your nature. What's contradictory to this energy is that the person sees a balance in this. Like it's almost like you revert back to that sort of stature or heart-centeredness. So it's not all bad, okay, but there's definitely a perspective that your person holds to your personality which frightens them as well. So when it comes to giving to you in this connection, this person sees you as someone who withholds. Now I'm getting, now you've stopped giving too much into this connection because you feel hurt, or you basically just don't feel protected by this person. There's something about trust in this connection that your person knows, that you feel like you can't trust them to an extent, or you just have trust issues. So whatever it is, okay, I see that they think that sometimes you do things that come from a previous trigger, and I think that this person is aware that they provoke you to an extent, but they're not aware of the spiritual concept of this connection, that they're seeing more of your shadow side because you're in a spiritual connection that tests the elasticity of unconditional love, of course. But there's a short-sightedness on this person's, and I'm definitely going to confirm that is what I'm hearing from spirit, because your person does not know you that well. Your person is perceiving you from an end where they just know the harsh exterior of you. They haven't put in the effort, I would say, to actually get to know you, who you are truly inside. So whereas they see this sort of sharp demeanor, which is sort of like a false persona, I definitely see that this person thinks that that is not a part of your personality, but this is what they have had a very huge mental grasp upon, is that you don't realize when you get too mad or too insecure and you just lash out at the other person. Nevertheless, it doesn't take away from the fact that they see you as someone sensual, very bubbly, lively. Okay, this is the duality that I see over here. Even though you lack sensitivity, sometimes you might have said really mean things to this person that I'm hearing from spirit that were true. It hurt their sentiments as well. But since you both are a little unaware of your own triggers, and how you're lacking emotional regulation, but it doesn't take away from the fact that your person sees you as someone that is very desirable. That is fair, and you have not lashed out unless and until it has really hurt you. So it's almost like you have enabled this person to step on their boundaries, and now they have this perception that you completely just lash out. Because I see that on a deeper level, which would not be something that your person understands, is that you bottle up your emotions. So what they're not seeing is that why you lash out is because of the reason that you do not know how to exert these boundaries. You know how to express these emotions, but you don't know how to uphold that boundary where somebody can exploit you. So your person is also someone who does not give equally to this connection, and what they see is that you both are facing difficulty in having a commitment together. Whether you are in a commitment or not, there are certain issues that you both are facing as of now, which definitely prevails around a lot of arguments and disagreements that your person has a bitter taste left in their mouth about. And since this is just about their perception, so I'll keep it till there. Okay, so let's flip a few more cards and see what comes through. Okay, we have Spirit of Bear, 396 cards. So we have moving on, wisdom, movement, choices and decisions, chaos and conflict. In reverse, we have by the book and change in the wind. Very interesting. So what I see over here is That's what I said, right? You quit on the situation, whereas your person starts feeling abandoned. And you have to understand, so that you don't take this to your heart, that you both are behaving a way you have to, the way you have to in the spiritual connection to trigger each other. Whereas your person is provoking those triggerings that you already have about insecurity. Correct me if I'm wrong, pile number two. These are a lot of things where you get affected at your self-worth, and you feel like your person might start seeing somebody else. Whereas on a spiritual level, you know that this bond cannot be replaced, but this person is triggering your psyche, so you tend to run away from this person. And what they see is that when things become unstable in this connection, or when this person feels like they're not giving too much, because this person knows that they're not doing their, the needful in this connection, they know that you quit on the situation. So one of the things that fears within them, that you trigger within them, is the same trigger that you're going to find somebody else. So I see that even though we have the wisdom card for you, which is my sort of hermit card, I see that you, on a spiritual level, have a more better grasp of these things. I could be wrong, but your person, to an extent, sees it just on the physical plane. Like they can only understand things with a limited grasp. And I would say that they think of you as somebody that would be quick to bail upon the situation if it doesn't suit your comfort. And I get the word comfort and not your needs, because this person thinks that there's an undertone of I'm getting the word greed, but that's not the right word. It's not greed. It's almost like they sense that you are a little on the anxious side, and you tend to panic really quick, which freaks out this person, is what I'm seeing. So this is definitely a spiritual connection where you both are just seeing each other's shadow sides as of now, honestly. Okay, and spirit is saying that don't take this seriously, because there is a limited, your person does not understand that there's more to your personality, because you both have just seen or experienced this. So understand it from that point of view, with what your person has been able to experience with you, right? This seems like a fairly new connection, not very old to me. Again, I could be wrong, but let's move forward. I see that with the wisdom card and the buy the book card, this is a lot about you. Maybe you're part of a community. Okay, you might be part of this spiritual community, which is pretty rare to your person. It's quite new to your person, and I see that they see you as someone that they can learn from, definitely. But they see this as somewhere, it's dualistic. I'm not gonna lie, it's dualistic, because sometimes they see you getting out of character when you get triggered. So you are yourself in a phase of transformation. And what confirms this is the spirit of bear. Again, moving on, the hermit card, wisdom, hermit, spirit of bear, number 15, reduces to 6 again. Just gives me the analogy that your person sees you as someone who is transforming through this phase. So I wouldn't say that they see you as in a very stagnant position in life. They see you as changing. So when they encounter you going through these insecurities, they see that these patterns are being healed by you. You are improving yourself day by day, and you're doing this through a very unconventional method, which they don't realize. Okay, they probably don't understand the gravity of shadow work, or things that you have a mental grasp upon. So they see you as someone who's who's like transformational, like a butterfly spirit. I'm getting, you go inside and you probably get lost for a few months or weeks, and then you come back, you resurface in this person's life, and they see you as more brighter than ever. They don't understand what's happening. I pick up that maybe you are the feminine energy, so this is being transpired by them purposely provoking your shadow attributes that come on surface, and this person experiences them. You also experience them, because you don't realize the gravity that it holds upon you. And then you go back into your cave, you heal, and you come out. So this is what I see basically happening over here. And your person doesn't understand what happens inside the cave. The bear goes inside hibernation. It collects, sort of giving me like collects intel, understands its own psyche, its subconscious, goes through a painful process of healing. I'm getting tears, and it's between you and I that we understand that you go through these phases, and you heal yourself, and then you resurface. So they see this as somewhere where you have creative potential, or like some sort of super magical power, where you just resurface with a lot of enthusiasm, and you have a more enriched spirit, like your radiance. It's almost like how you work out, and you keep it on a routine, and then your skin just becomes glowing from within. That's what your person sees, like you're healing. So your spirit is radiating a more brighter light from inside is what I see. Your person is noticing these changes. That's why I think that it's fairly new, and it doesn't have to be fairly new like 2-3 months, but it's new in the sense where you both don't know the vulnerable side of each other. Your person doesn't know the struggles that you go through as of now, so they don't understand why you lash out the way you do, but they do see you that there's a side to you which is like, touch me not, I will close up, you know what I mean? So I definitely see that happening over here. Whereas when it comes to conflict and chaos and reverse and two movement choices and decisions, I see that your person thinks that sometimes you get bamboozled by the choices or the routes you can take in your life. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to the fact that you're not going to allow somebody to just sway you away. Even though I see this as a defense mechanism on your end, it comes off to be a little rude to this person because you're trying to assert a boundary, but I think you don't realize that it comes off a little rude to this person. And whereas it's completely okay because you're learning how to uphold and exert a boundary, I think this person doesn't understand because they haven't experienced this energy where people are able to voice what they want and what they don't want, right? With the chaos and conflict in reverse, I just see that you're determined and led by your heart. Even though your intentions are pure, they come across a little harsh to this person, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna open other cards. We have resilience, flash over, it's all in your head reverse, and epiphany, reveal your gifts, effervescence, cultivate love. I see the first thing with resilience, burn away the past. It's again coming closer to the moving on and change in wind. You will not stick by anything that does not serve your purpose. Even though this person is, I would say they're pretty frightened by your energy, whether you're a male or a female. They're scared of your wrath is almost what I'm hearing, because they don't know when you're going to spit out truth about them, and they're just going to be really hurt by it, right? And I don't think you mean it in a way where you want to hurt this person, but pile number two, there's definitely a little bit of harsh demeanor to your energy, which I sense that you're not able to exert that boundary with a little bit more tenderness that your person sees over here. You probably are still learning how to communicate this in a more gentle manner, almost like gives me the energy where spirit is giving me that instance when you grow up in an environment where people don't take you seriously, and you only feel like you can be taken seriously if you express that through anger. That is what I pick up. So your person sees that, and sometimes they're scared of what you might just come up with, so I think they feel like they have to walk around eggshells a little bit around you. Okay, so the next thing that I see over here is with the effervescence. Your person thinks that you are learning how to lift blocks when it comes to receiving and giving love. Especially when it comes to giving love, they feel like you tend to hold back a lot, which this person also replicates. And they also feel that you're quite psychic. You're somebody who is revealing your inner essence, and something about you being an empath, a healer, that you're really repairing yourself, right? I see that you are learning how to honestly really heal yourself, and your person is sort of, again, I got the word bamboozled, like they're astonished. They're just these huge walls of surprise, like, how are you doing this? Like, I'm facing so much difficulty, and it's because you're connecting with your spirituality. So I see that you take the time to dive deep into your spirituality, and when it comes to things that intuitively, with a flashover, it's all in your head. Certain things that this person does, and this person tries to convince you, or they try to gaslight you, and I think that you sort of outsmart them because you already know. So it's almost like this person thinks that you know a lot about them, but you don't reveal it all. It's your survival instinct that this person is aware of, that they often wonder about, like, what do you know about them, because you've revealed certain things that you know about them. You might be into divination, you might meditate a lot about this situation, and you get insights about it, and this person thinks that you know more than you lead on. So they're also very scared of this aspect of you, which is, I wouldn't say quite witchy, but it's very insightful, and they definitely think that you're gifted spiritually. And lastly, we have the cards of, there is a stream of love supporting my dreams. When I lean in on faith of universe, peace becomes real. and I choose love no matter what. So even despite all the situations that you both go through, this person sees you as someone who will not give up on their ideal, relationship. You will keep striving. This person also sees you as someone who will not let the other person know that, hey, this is what I want in a relationship. Like, I deserve this, and this is what I want. Your person could have felt that you're quite demanding. It's because their own, giving capacity was very limited to themselves. And I see this in yourself as well, where you both haven't been open to each other, but this person still sees it within you. They sense it through their own soul recognition, that you're not somebody who actually wants to fight. You have this side to you which is very like, if you're a feminine, you want to receive, and if you're a masculine, you want to give more. Majorly, we have discovered a lot of instance, like circumstantial evidence over here is what I really say. Okay, and that is the purpose of this reading, right? It wasn't to sort of please you, but it was more where I put up on the poll, if you skipped my intro, that it's a lot about how does your person perceive you and what have they understood about you. So they have understood this, that you still want love in your life irrespective of it. And this sort of raw energy that you have is because you want to be loved, right? You want to be loved, correct? And there's certain things that your person does which are not fair to you as a person, right? So somewhere they also feel like maybe you have moments where you lose hope about the situation, but you come back to your heart-centeredness. That's what I circle back to, right? You come back to balance with this. You lose your sort of effervescence to love yourself and love the other person, but you come back to it. You are a healer. You sort of rejuvenate yourself. I get very phoenix vibes. So they're definitely very curious about how do you do this. I definitely see that over here, but they see you as resilient and somebody that is quite insightful. So it's not all bad. Okay, pile number 2. So this is what I have for you guys. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Last but not the least, this is your pile if you chose this. Rose Quartz along with a card of Whale Song resonating. So let's begin by unfolding a few of your cards. Let's go with the tarot first. So we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Four of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Wands, we have the Seven of Swords, the King of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Swords. Interesting. I think the Angel Healing cards, Divine Intervention, Sacred Space, we have Archangel Megatron. This is about humanity and divinity. I'm here to help you heal conflict that exists between your heart and mind. And we have the card Peace. Alright, so we have Detox in reverse, Lovaria, Hex, Minimus, Liberation, the Vow, the riddle in reverse, the animal in reverse, the self, and we have the mystic. We have the throat chakra. We have trapped in fear. Patience. Finance and material changes. Alright, so we're not opening any more right now. Just gonna spread these out a little bit. One of the things I really see over here is that your person definitely sees you as divine counterparts. I would definitely put in a disclaimer yet again, if you skip the intro, that this is a lot about what they have understood. I had received most votes for the poll on my community board. This is a lot about somebody who knows you and has a preconceived notion about you through circumstantial evidences, okay? There's something about you not being able to express your truth as of now. Your person has a very good grasp upon you. Let me sort of inform you about that. Your person understands your light attributes and your shadow attributes. For some reason, your person does not see you as a bad person. If you think that, okay, spirit is encouraging me to label that outside. With the mystic card over here, the whale song and the liberation, free yourself, this is a lot about you. I think that you're making money off your spiritual gifts. I think you're implementing that arena in your life, and your person sees you as someone who is dropping self-limiting beliefs. Your person knows about money blockages, manifestations. Your person is aware about these things. Your person is pretty conscious. I get an affirmative yes for this pile, that your person is conscious and they know about, universal concepts and manifestation. Your person sees you as a private person, even though they recognize that you are someone who wants something that's definitely very, very solid, and it's to an extent where your person thinks you're a little impatient. I don't see this as something that they dislike per se, but they also see this as an enthusiasm wanting to experience this connection. So there's two polarities to you. There's two spectrums, whether either you are in it or you're not. You're in it for the long haul or you're not going to be there. I see that you've turned your back against this person if you're especially the feminine energy. It's gender non-specific, but I pick up an energy where your person sees you as in a position where you're trying to stack up your money. Especially there's a lot of emphasis on monetary plans. I see that with the minimus in reverse. You are someone who is replenishing yourself. You're breaking through your own, self-deceit. I'm hearing self-deceit with the King of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Swords. Initially I picked up this as an energy of your person thinking that you're kind of a player, or you're just playing with their heart, you're pulling on their heartstrings. But I see that your person realizes that you are not giving into this connection because you're thinking more logically. We don't have any cup energy over here. I just definitely see this as your person sees you as just protecting yourself at this point, because they see that you have sort of diverted yourself from just a collective goal of you both developing something. You've stopped investing in this connection as much as you'd like to, or you wanted, or you previously were, and you're more to the extent of like, let's see what I can do about my own life, right? They see you as someone who's trying to build wealth for themselves. You're trying to move out maybe, or you want to expand your horizons in life. They definitely see you as a mirror, because this person is also in a phase in their life where they have to be more selfish, and in an accommodation they sort of support this decision of yours, even though it's a little hurtful for them, because they can't have you around, where this person's codependency used to lean upon just having you whenever they wanted, and they see you as completely pulled back. There's a more stricter energy to you rather than before, where it's a lot about your person sees you as someone who's hiding your insecurities, but you're also doing a good I would say a good job at hiding them, concealing them. They see you as someone who is unlocking yourself from these sort of self-limiting patterns. And with the Archangel Megatron in reverse and divine intervention, you're trying to be very patient about the process. You're being patient with yourself. You're trying to understand what really matters and doesn't matter and what you should give into. It's almost like I'm hearing anxiety is a waste of emotion, right? You're trying to just what they're seeing on the surface level as to a very practical aspect within you. They're understanding that you're pretty, you're stable, you have a good head on your shoulders, you know how to do things. And whereas in the past they might have seen you as someone who is overly fixated on this connection, they see you as regaining balance in your own life, and you're freeing yourself from this energy by diving deeper into your own spirituality. They see a change within you, which is a lot about sowing a seed and waiting for it to sort of grow and just get your harvests out, is what I'm picking up. So one of the things they still see that you probably face difficulty with, this person has access over your spiritual growth in some shape or form. Your person might be a tarot reader, your person might be watching tarot readings. They just have intel about your progress. They are keeping a track on you because this person intends to not leave you anytime soon. They want something that's in beneficial for you in the long haul, and definitely this person wants marriage or commitment, something that's legally binding. They see you as a match with the King and Queen of Swords. They definitely recognize what this situation is, and they also recognize the both of you have certain things to heal, because this connection is not easy. So I really like this because I see that your person is conscious, they're realistic, and they're not in a dream fairyland. Even though they have their own perception about you, this person is, I'm hearing from spirit, they're pretty spot on about you. So this reading might really resonate with you. Otherwise, take it with a grain of salt, okay? Whatever comes through is their perception of you. So don't take it too seriously. If it doesn't resonate, leave it, drop it. So I see that your person probably previously in the past sort of categorized you as very basic, but now they're seeing you completely class apart, is what I'm hearing. They see that you're quite different from a lot of people that they've known previously. They also maybe had thought in the past that you are pretty stingy or greedy, but they're realizing that you're not. You just hide a lot of what you have because you don't want people to take advantage of you. You might be quite wealthy and you're making money off some sort of intellectual capability that you have, is definitely what I see over here. You're making money off something that is a skill to you, and you're being patient about it, and you're not letting self-depreciating thoughts come to it. You're putting all your, it's like you're very efficient with whatever you're doing. I get an energy that you're making money off your gifts or certain talent that this person knows is creative. It could also be intellectual, but it's powered by the channeling of spirit. I could be wrong, but that's what I majorly see over here. There's something about finances and banking. There's a heavy energy of this person seeing you as someone that's stable, that takes care of money. It's like you have your big boy pants on and you're not letting anybody sort of rip off, let you rip off. So you're protecting your wealth, your stability, and somewhere, shape or form, they also know that you're a little insecure about this, or you worry about this because you want to shift localities, or you want to change your house. There's something about an upgradation of lifestyle that you're trying to manifest in your life, and they clearly see it, okay? They also see you as guarded at the moment, okay? There's some sort of separation, or there's some sort of emotional distance that I'm picking up. Not for everyone, but I see somewhere, particularly where you are in separation, this person sees you as someone who's not leading with emotions anymore. You're sort of like realigning yourself, and in a drawback, in a shadow attribute, they see you as someone who is to an extent, I wouldn't say misusing your spiritual nature, but you're trying to use it to the best of your abilities to manifest more money and abundance for yourself. With the whale song, this can also be someone who is I wouldn't lie, it's a little too engrossed in chasing the bag. Like, they see you as someone who's very hyper focused on this attribute of making money for yourself. And Spirit says that you're operating out of an insecurity that your person doesn't see, that you really want to do something that your heart calls you to do. So maybe this is definitely about shifting out of your parents' household. There's something that you're trying to do so that you can liberate yourself from this situation, because you don't feel like you want to be around here. This could definitely be a situation where you feel like, your childhood household has been very toxic. The people around you are not supporting your mental health anymore, and you definitely want to get out of it. So this is being backed by a little bit of lack of faith, which a person doesn't understand, which spirit is giving me a grasp upon, because you're doing this to protect your health. You're understanding that, these things really deteriorate your spiritual hygiene, your mental and your emotional body. It sort of goes in and overdrive with around these person, and you know that they're not healthy for you anymore. You cannot heal in the same environment that got you sick, right? So I would say that your person doesn't know to the extent of what you're dealing with. If you're in separation especially, or if you are in communication, you haven't sort of really spoken about vulnerable feelings, even though I think that they know that you're someone who thinks logically. Now I'm getting, now you think logically. You're not somebody who would just get carried away with emotions, but you're also someone who gives it the way it has to be given. They're also scared of an attribute of you, which is particularly little bit on the shadow attribute, where they feel like sometimes they have to be on eggshells. They can't be impulsive around you. They can't just do anything they want and just take it back, right? You're pretty guarded, and you hold people accountable for those things. I'm getting specifically the word guarded. So they know that you try to protect your own heart with the sacred space. This is a lot about you trying to protect your peace, right? You're very protective of your own peace, and you do not, it's almost like, I don't mess with my heart. So your person sees that in you. And I would say that with the Lavaria, it's like you're trying to be independent. With There's some specific thing that your person understands as of now, or they have understood that, it's very important for you to be financially free, and they see that in you. They see that it's one of your main things, that you won't be happy unless and until you have that sort of financial grasp within you, that you can freely move in life without being tied to anyone else, or being codependent on anyone. I would rather say, yeah, definitely it's a lot about, you don't like being codependent. You're somebody who likes to be free, and you don't like people sort of entrapping you into it. It's almost like maybe you've been at a place of disadvantage in your life, and now you just don't see it happening anymore. You would do anything to free yourself from it. So this is that energy that your person doesn't understand or has a grasp upon, underlying this hustle that you're going through, because you're so desperate to just avail your freedom, whereas spirit encourages you for that, but your person doesn't necessarily understand that. I would place my bet upon. Okay. I see that with the minimalist card in reverse. This is a lot about your own, you're accepting yourself. It's not just about that plain cliche accepting your dark and light attributes. It's a lot about accepting that you're different. You're different. You're very mystical, you're very spiritual, and it's different from the commercial life, the metropolitan life a lot of people live, right? Right. It's like the channeling is so quick, and there's a lot that your person thinks about you, but there's a lot that they just can't express through words. It's at the tip of my tongue, but it's something that they know intuitively. You have a very deep bond. Your person understands you. There's a reflection between the both of you, where your person understands it, and they definitely understand. And I don't see this person as seeing that, this decision that you're making for your own freedom is very selfish, because I would say selfish and greed are two different dictionary terms, but they definitely see that it's important for you to be happy with who you are, and if it means that you need to chase the bag and get yourself financially free and maybe move out of this place, that's what it is. They are okay with it. They're not somebody who is going to start criticizing you, because they understand this within themselves, that they don't like being codependent either. So I see that you both have a common ground, where you both, I think perhaps that is why your person sees you as a match, because they haven't met somebody who's so goal oriented to just have their own freedom. You might share childhood backgrounds that your person also resembles with. There's a lot of resonance that your person has with, and even though they don't understand complete workings of your psyche, they know it's for a good cause, because there's trust in your abilities. To an extent, they trust you. This person also sees you as someone who is sort of like is like a role model to them, who's mapping out their way in helping them to chase their own destiny and follow it with the wow card and the self. It's almost giving like with the self, it's like accepting your newer aspects, you know, because you're leaving behind these self-aggrandizing aspects. This person realizes that you take a lot of time with the sacred space and peace. Spirit rearrange these cards in such a magnificent way, which tells me a lot about you having your priorities in the right place. You know that when it's time to indulge in a relationship and what you can bring to a table. Where somewhere I see this a little bit about communication. Your person sees as one of your major shadow attributes is that they have to walk around eggshells. They can't, it's not about misusing you or hurting you purposely, but it's a lot about maybe when they make mistake or their shadow attributes take place, you know, take over them, it's very difficult to come across you because they know that they've really hurt you. They don't underestimate the depth and the warmth of your feelings. I would definitely like to clear that out, but they know how much they can hurt you, and that's why it fears them, because they're not, I would just say that they don't have the strength to look at the guilt that they've, you know, they don't just have the strength to look at the, feel the guilt of the pain that they've caused you. Yeah, it's so difficult to express that, because it's so difficult to actually absorb how much I've hurt you, you know, because you yourself, I would say, pile number 3, put yourself in a box at times, and you're releasing yourself from this box, and this box comes to also being walking on eggshells in your own life. You have been a perfectionist, and that's why you hold other people so strictly accountable. They feel scrutinized to an extent, okay, and I'm afraid of that's hurtful, but this is what I see, and this is how your person to an extent perceives you. This is their understanding of you. So what they feel is like, you know, to an extent you're so hard on yourself, and they might not understand this completely, but they know that you have a strict demeanor to yourself where they have to come correct, whereas they respect it, okay. You have earned their respect because of respecting yourself, but they also see this as a little difficult to come around, where it's not about your purposely, I would say, defensive. This is a healthy mechanism coming place. I see this developing over here, where you're developing boundaries with yourself, and you're allowing other people to only reach you till the limit you allow them. You're not allowing people to exploit you, right? But I see that they see that you sometimes lash out, or you have passive aggression, which sort of comes to face slowly by slowly. So even if you say that you're okay with it, it's like, because you try to hide it, you're still making peace with whatever betrayal or injustice you went through, because you're so particular about being fair to the other person that you don't expect the other person to do that same to you, you know. So it's a deep analysis that your person is aware about, but I wouldn't say it's, you know, it's like they don't know why you do the things you do. This person definitely has a good grasp upon you. They know you for quite a long time, or at least that they have taken out the time to understand the workings of your psyche, is what I'd say, and your body language. This person has also studied your body language. Very interesting. You're like a muse, I'm hearing. So we have Yogini 285 Hearts, Yin, Message in a Bottle, Between Worlds in reverse, and To the Sea in reverse. We have the Divine Feminine in reverse, and the Soul in reverse. 7th chakra. We're gonna take a bit for these cards. So I see over here that your person has seen you go through a transformation where previously you were quite giving, and to your own detriment. I see that with the Divine Feminine in reverse and the Yin over here, subsequently side by side, being clarified by To the Sea and the Soul. It's almost giving you lacked receptivity in receiving, and now you're letting this person, especially if this is a masculine, especially a gender masculine, this person understands that this time they have to lead this connection. You're not going to do it anymore. You're also, again, there's an emphasis of you using your spiritual gifts and abilities, or just through the channeling of spirit. There's something creative that you're doing to manifest abundance for yourself. I'm hearing that bank account, I think it's Bank Account by Savage 21 Savage. There's something about you using those gifts to gain abundance for yourself, and they see this actually manifesting for you. they're honestly proud and a little intimidated by it, because you're moving pretty quick, you're doing this really quick, and you also know the right things to do, how to attract maybe customers or avail your services, or just to generate a higher revenue through it. So they definitely see you as very intellectual. They see what you're doing, you're manifesting things through lesser effort. They see that, they kind of appreciate you're pretty clever, and they like that, they like your feistiness, you're sassy about it as well. um yeah, they really like it. They probably underestimated your intellectual capabilities, but they see that you're doing this with least effort. So it's almost like, confiding in the universe, like, allow me, with the seventh chakra, allow me, and just give me the insight as to how to proceed, so that I don't have to work against it. The resistance is flowing away. It's almost like the resistance is fading away. It's almost like you want to just flow with life. The yin energy is like going with the flow, with the two to the sea in reverse. It's almost like you've stopped wallowing in pits of sorrow, and you're embracing what you have to offer as a spiritual being. There's some sort of you're a psychic medium, and your person knows this. They know that you're pretty gifted, of course, that's been established over here. But they see that since you've started connecting with your divine feminine, which was disconnected previously, I see that over here, that they thought that you were not, you exuded a femininity, but which was not very, very healthy. And now they see this coming alive because of yogini. It's almost like ascension. You're closing doors on toxic masculinity within yourself. You might have been someone who used to have a lot of passive aggressive energy, like taunts, disagreements, picking up fights, because you didn't know how to receive love in the correct manner. So now you're healing your childhood wounds, and this person sees that you know how to receive love in a better way. You're not somebody that's leading life with defenses, and you've learned how to exert proper boundaries. So they're very proud of this, because they've seen you grow, is what I'm gonna say. That's why it's almost giving like mama bear energy, where your person just feels so proud of you, like, oh, my child is doing much better. So they just see you as someone who's, you know finally coming out and claiming their destiny with the self card. I see that, even though they know that certain shadow attributes have overpowered your lightness, you're not discarding them, with the riddle. I would say that your person has figured you out to an extent. Okay, there's not much that you're hiding, or you're letting this person see your vulnerable side, is also, what they think, that you're allowing them to have a deeper intimacy with you, whether it's through telepathy or whatever way it is. There's some shape or form where you're connecting with yourself, which you previously weren't able to. And it's also coming through this, you exercising your gifts, which is helping you be a messenger, is almost what I'm hearing. Like a prophecy is what I pick up. Yeah, so let's unfold the last bunch of cards over here. We have freedom in reverse, intuition, attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation merely calls for help. We have, instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all, in reverse. And in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. So they see that this receptivity that's coming within you, which is, you might have had a very prominent dynamic of runner and chaser, where this person feels that now that you have stopped, I really feel that you're in the feminine energy, could be, different, but take how it resonates. You've stopped running or chasing, especially if you're the feminine. You've stopped chasing, and you sit in, a surrender mode. You sit with your feelings, and you're allowing this person to arise into their masculinity or their femininity, respectively, however it plays out. And you've stopped projecting onto this person as much as, you felt like you were entitled to, because this person was poking the bear. This person was making you aware of where it really hurts. And this person understands that you both have played a huge role in each other's ascension journey. I would definitely say that over here. But they also see you as someone who has helped them awaken to their own intuition, and you have helped them come, to a place of sovereignty. Like, it's almost like I'm hearing have some goddamn autonomy. So it's almost like you have helped this person gain autonomy, and what they see and understand about you is that no matter what happens, you will keep persevering. There was an energy of underestimating you, is what I'd say, with Lavaria. Let love grow. Like, they thought that you don't love yourself enough. This person might have tried to mold you in the past. This person might have tried to sort of dictate your life a little bit when they were also a little precarious with their energy, or they just didn't understand how to go through with this connection. They tried to mold you, and they had a preconceived notion that you don't really know yourself that well, or you don't know how to lead life. That is the child, or that, sort of like a mama bear energy that I get. This person thought that they have to help you out, and this could be that energy of divine feminine in reverse in the soul, where, you both were to an extent out of alignment. And I don't think that anybody's out of alignment, because you always navigate your way back through. You go through things that you don't want so you can understand what you want, and I see that you're coming back into balance with yourself. And this person sees that you understand the higher concepts. You have a high conscious grasp, and they see you as pretty enlightened. And with the card that is in reverse, they see you as someone who naturally is able to, I get a very prophetic energy. Like, you have really high intuitive skills, and you have used this to free yourself from, any sort of fear that you are riddled with. This riddle with the detox card, this can talk about releasing, self-limiting beliefs, self-aggrandizement, underestimation, where your person, if your person was able to mold you, it's because you enabled them in some shape or form, or you were exuding this codependency to them that, I need help, right? And now that you're taking your power back and you're laying out foundations the way you want, so this person feels like you don't need that guidance, right? So this is that energetic exchange that is reducing over here, because you are unraveling yourself and you are understanding what you need to do to become self-reliant. All right, so that's pretty much it. Pile number 3, I see that they feel that you're very intuitive and you're rising above the ash. All right, so pile number 3, this was your reading. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye.